A ritual, but a different ritual. The usual ritual would be Hamas firing rockets or someone in the Gaza Strip with Hamas accepting or putting a blind eye, firing rockets into Israel. And the Israeli response is usually targeting Hamas compounds within Gaza, usually empty compounds. Now Israel is trying perhaps a different strategy. Let's try and bring pressure on Hamas, not from Israel itself, but from Gazans itself. The economic situation in Gaza has improved, I'm not going to say dramatically, but has improved quite a lot over the past year. A lot of it comes from the fact that, as you said, more than some 15,000 or so Gazans come and work in Israel daily, making wages up to 10 times as much as they do in Gaza. That is if they work in Gaza, because unemployment there is about 50%.
Which we have to reiterate, it's a huge improvement from the conditions under the Netanyahu government. Gantz and Bennett have increased the number of workers that are permitted to come into Israel and work in Israel by more than threefold, if I'm not mistaken.
And let's call it the stick and the carrot. The carrot would be so many more Palestinians from Gaza coming into Israel, making wages far higher than they can do in Gaza. That's if they work in Gaza, and bringing a better economic life into the Strip. The stick would be closing the crossing, not allowing those people in, and that would lead, hopefully, the Hamas leadership to understand that firing rockets would lead into a very fast deterioration in the economic situation in the Gaza Strip, not only from a military strike from Israel, but from the fact that people cannot come and work in Israel. Will this work? We'll have to see. How long will the crossing remain closed? We'll have to see. It is, of course, also an Israeli interest to see quiet in Gaza, many more workers coming in to work, as long as they work quietly and peacefully. Israel is trying this new strategy. Will it work or not? It's anyone's guess, as anything else.
What do we know about these brigades that launched the missiles into Israel over the weekend?
No organization claimed responsibility. We can assume it is the Islamic Jihad. They've been on the forefront of the actions against Israel. I think that if Hamas would seriously, absolutely want to make sure that this wouldn't happen, they have the ability to do it. Hamas perhaps again gave the Islamic Jihad the blind eye, saying you can shoot a rocket here and there, 2 rockets here and there, only into the Gaza Strip, clearly not to central Israel, clearly not to Jerusalem. That would be a declaration of war. Sort of a few rockets right to the Gaza border, even perhaps making sure that most of them fall in open areas. That's what we've seen so far.
Last, Jonathan, I want to use the opportunity that you're here. Molotov cocktails on Temple Mount, says Bennett yesterday to Gutierrez. We only saw images of rocks that were piled last Friday. Do we have any evidences for Molotov cocktails?
I think that we've seen evidence of Molotov cocktails. We've seen trees suddenly catching fire. They do not catch fire from stones. They catch fire from something else.
Okay. Jonathan, thank you very much.